I'm Gerald Marchant from Oakley, Idaho. I served on the Idaho State Farm Bureau Board of Directors for 24 years.
How did you even get the idea to get on the board?
Well, was on the county board for years, and served as county president, and just watched the board and thought I'd like to do that someday, and the opportunity came and I ran and was elected and served for 24 years.
You've seen a lot of people come and go, and you've seen a lot of issues come and go too.
Well, building in Pocatello was probably one of the biggest highlights. It's the most noticeable highlight, and I had a lot of fun being involved in the decision making there with that building. But we've had a lot of political issues over the years, the Swan Falls agreement, and federal land issues, and just potato nematode issues, just a lot of issues that we've been involved with, and I think we had an effect on positive outcomes on a lot of those.
Tell us about Farm Bureau clout and how it's viewed by other groups.
That's an interesting question, because there are a lot of ag organizations that are jealous of Farm Bureau because we do have some clout, and sometimes it gets us in trouble because we are a general farm organization and we can't take a really hardline issue on something that's in favor of the cattlemen, but it might hurt another segment of agriculture. Well, we have to be really careful with that, but I think we do a pretty good job of balancing things out and arriving at the correct issues. I myself haven't always agreed with some of the stances we've taken, but I've supported the board's decision that that's the way it is, and perhaps I wasn't as vocal on those issues with other people, on the ones I disagreed with, but I've tried to support the board's decision on the issues that we've been involved with, and there's been a lot of them over the years.
One thing about being on the board, I'm sure you got phone calls at night.
Oh yeah, but they were mostly civil. I didn't really have any angry people call me. I had people call that disagreed with me, and I still have a representative in our district that brings it up quite often about Farm Bureau was on the wrong side.
Yeah,
it was a different side than he wanted. But
the cattlemen, I think before you were there, probably were at odds with Farm Bureau over quite a few issues. You seem to, during your tenure, qualm a lot of that friction between the cattlemen and the farm community.
That's definitely, I got right in on the tail end of that. The fact that I'm a member of the Idaho Cattle Association, and I think all farmers and ranchers ought to be members of their specific ag organization, whether it's cattle, potatoes, sugar beets, and Farm Bureau. Because of the effectiveness of Farm Bureau, the legislators know that we are a general farm organization, and we strive not to hurt one segment of agriculture at the expense of the other one. So I think that's one of the things that gives us a lot of clout. But we need to work closely with those other organizations, because now I'm involved in the cattle business, so that's the one I know most about. But so I need to know the issues, and when I first started going to Cattle Association meetings, there was some comments and some cool receptions from 2 or 3 individuals about Farm Bureau just tries to bully their way through, and I think that's one of those cases where when you get involved and you get to know people personally, they can see that you're not really trying to push something through, that there is another side to most stories, and I strive to present that, and I think we've got a good relationship with most ag organizations now.
So some people say Farm Bureau is imperfect perfection. Your thoughts about that?
Well, imperfect, that's what causes some trouble, is because we can't 100% agree with certain issues because of like I mentioned, it'll harm another segment of agriculture, but that's also our strong point that makes us perfect. But we do look at all sides of the issue because we have to represent all segments of agriculture, which is what our purpose is.
Farm Bureau, if you had to explain it to somebody?
I did. It's an advocacy group for agriculture. We strive to look for the best interests of those involved in agriculture can make a living at it.
And are you going to miss going to those meetings?
Oh, yes and no. Really, I'm going to really miss the meetings, but I'll be enjoy staying home some nights. There's usually, I've figured up lots of times, usually about 7 or 8 meetings a month. So that involves 7 or 8 nights if you attend all the county meetings. And I won't miss that part, but I will miss being involved in knowing what's going on. You get a better feeling if you're involved in there and talking to the people that are really involved with it. So yeah, I'm going to miss it.
For 20 years you've been on the playing field of agriculture. 365 days a year you've been on the field, been a player. That's it's tough to walk away from that.
It really is. Yeah, I'll miss it. Well, I'll miss the people I know from Idaho. Always said I could travel up and down Idaho, and if I had car trouble, I could stop at any county, and because the Farm Bureau find somebody that would rescue me.